So one of the most common ways that artists actually make money from their music is by playing live shows and selling tickets. At the beginning of this year, I ran a survey to my list asking, how do you make money from your music? For full-time artists, the most common main income stream was live shows. Makes sense. That's what we think of artists doing commonly. And according to my data, at least, it is in fact the case. So if you want to make a living as an artist, play live. Now, I've talked a lot about running ads for Spotify streams on this channel, and that is a great way to build an audience, but as many people have pointed out, it is not the most efficient way to make money. It's actually a pretty bad way to make money. But you can also run meta ads to things that people do pay for, like tickets to shows. So in this video, I'm going to walk through some campaigns that I've been running for artists who are on tour to sell tickets to their shows. And basically, I'm just going to show you how you could set up one of these meta ad campaigns if you want to sell tickets to your show. So if that is interesting to you, stick around and let's get into it. Okay, so here we are in Ads Manager, and this is one of the campaigns that is running to drive ticket sales. So you can see a website purchase is a ticket sale, 7 over the last 30 days, spending about $14.50 to get one of those purchases. And I think that the tickets themselves are like $20. So that is ROI positive. Important thing to note here is it is helpful to have an estimation of what you will make per cap at a show in addition to the ticket sale. So if you know that on average you sell a certain amount of merch at a show, and you divide that by the number of people at the show, say everybody spends an extra $5 on average, then you can say that, okay, it costs us $15 to get this ticket sale, but then we know that probably most people end up spending $5 and the ticket was 20 or 25 or 30, whatever it is. You can have a more accurate estimation of how much you actually make from the ticket sale. So breaking down a campaign like this is an artist that's playing a bunch of shows over the next few months. I'll just walk through how these campaigns work and are set up. So if we click in here, it is a sales campaign, and that makes things so much easier than running an engagement campaign where clicks on the landing page are a proxy for saves and streams on Spotify. We can actually get sales passed back from our pixel. So titled, the show, and the date, it's just spending $5 a day, and it's a sales campaign, so everything else is pretty straightforward. So conversions are tracked on the website with the artist pixel, and then we're just selecting the default conversion event of purchase, which is like a default Facebook event. Importantly, when you're promoting a show, it usually makes sense to set an end date because you don't want to be selling tickets to the show after the show has happened. And if you forget, which happens to me more often than I want to admit, it just is nice to have it automatically shut off when people can't any longer buy the tickets. But then the great thing is that in terms of targeting, all we basically do is tell Facebook/Meta, okay, here's where the show is happening. So Portland, Oregon did a 50-mile radius, and then that's it. Everything else, we just accept their controls because we know that they are tracking the sales and that they will find people who are buying the tickets. We don't have to worry about getting results that don't matter. We are getting people who actually bought the tickets, and so then Meta can take that data and optimize more effectively. And that's why we don't really have to worry about the placement controls in the same way that we would with an engagement campaign for Spotify streams. And in terms of the ad itself, typically these work best with both an image option and a video option. And the reason is that you can show an image option in different placements. So like sidebar or some different app placements, places where an image makes sense and places where a video makes sense. And again, because we can track conversions, we're okay with having a ton of placements for these ads. But this one was super simple. We had a few graphics that the artist made. One of these we turned into a video. It was basically just the photo with some audio underneath of it. And the primary text is doing the heavy lifting here where we say like, hey, name of town, I'm coming your way on this date. That's a really common format that I'll use in these ads is area and date, like above the fold. I would say that's actually the most important part of running these ads is making that information really clear up front. Like this artist, this place, this date, and then if people are interested in it, then they will book the show. So then under it, we have like a kind of heartfelt message from the artist I pulled from one of his Instagram posts, but don't bury the lead on this. Like just be really clear, like, hey, here's the show so people can figure out if they want to come. And then in the headline, I kind of just reframe, restate all that information, say get tickets, and that's about it. So the important thing here is that you need a ticketing platform where you can have your metapixel integrated. So in this case, we are using Event Create, and this lets you pretty easily, they have like an automatic integration option where you basically just copy and paste your pixel code just like you would on something like Submit Hub landing page, and that will pass back all of the data. I'll actually show you what that looks like on Facebook's like test events option in Events Manager. So if we open this page and we click Get Tickets and we start doing things and we do Continue, like you'll see all of these events get passed back to Events Manager. So Meta is receiving all of these, and they're smart enough to know, okay, if one of these events came through, they're on their way toward making a purchase, and so they can start optimizing even based on these things. And then when people make a purchase, that is another data point. A lot of these ticketing platforms will automatically pass back all of those sorts of events when you have the pixel embedded through the natural integration. I know for a fact that if you're considering platforms to use, Event Create is a good one. I also know universe.com is another one, and there are others as well. Universe.com I think is through Ticketmaster. I'm not sure what Event Create is through. I guess it's just Event Create. But yeah, those are two good ticket sales platforms to use. Yeah, so that is how these campaigns work. If you are on tour, it is a little bit difficult to manage all this stuff at once. So importantly, if you're playing a bunch of dates, you can basically run the same sorts of ads, but you want to make sure that obviously every video is optimized for that show. So like if you're doing a talking head video for each concert, hey, come on out and see me in Portland this weekend, like gonna be there, would love to see you. And if that's talking head, like obviously you need to do one of those videos for each show if that's gonna be the strategy. If it is like a video with text on it, you want to make sure basically that all the ads are optimized to all the places. So it is a little bit in terms of just creating the content, but functionally with campaign setup, it's super simple and straightforward as long as you got the pixel on the sales page. So that's how these things work. I think it's a super cool way to get people out to your shows and get people to support the music, which is really what it's all about. If you're open to playing live, this is a strategy to think about. If you are on tour and want to sell more tickets, this is a strategy to think about. So hopefully that helped if you are interested in running meta ads to your own show. Also, obviously, if you would like to pay somebody or just want help with setting this up, we are here. Give us a shout on our website, twostorymedia.com. And either way, wishing you good luck, whether you're playing live, I think it's great to play live, or whether you are just focusing on streaming. Here's hoping you find people who resonate with your music. Here's wishing you good luck as you keep making it. You got this.